I would rather force myself to throw up than ever experience heartbreak again, and that's on my soul.
Same old story, the world spins round and round, fam. Lessons have to get learned.
Nobody warned me about the physical pain you feel in your chest. Or what about the moments of weakness you have when you really want comfort from this person that hurt you? Or the flashbacks you have when you start thinking about all the good moments you had with this person, and then you start questioning whether there was anything you could have done differently to stop this situation from happening. If you know exactly what I'm describing, let me tell you what I wish I had an older sister to tell me. We need to talk, babe. Come and take a seat. The way that heartbreak was shown in TV shows was a bold-faced lie, essentially. The ice cream, the screaming, singing to songs, the going out just to get over your ex. Okay, I exaggerated just a little bit. It wasn't a bold-faced lie, but it wasn't the entire truth either. Heartbreak is the worst pain that I feel like you'll ever go through emotionally, because love is personal. There's a saying that says the body keeps the score, and I feel like that is 100% true, because why is my chest physically hurting? Because somebody broke my heart. That's crazy. Or what about when you're struggling to breathe because you have shortness of breath? Or explain the acne flare-up just after this whole situation happened. Explain that. Listen, heartbreak is a form of grieving, and it is as much as a bodily experience as it is an emotional one. It's also a super confusing time, because I don't know about you, but when I was going through my heartbreak, I still wanted this person. I still craved this person. It's almost as if your mind starts playing tricks on you, because it starts to replay all of the great moments that you had with this person. And it really makes you think, what could I have done differently? Every morning when you wake up, you might actually reach for your phone, hoping to see a text or a call from this person, completely forgetting that they're no longer your go-to person. And then it hits all over again. When was the last time you actually admitted to yourself that this actually really hurts? When I went through my heartbreak, I literally didn't speak about it for the first 6 months. I pretended it didn't happen because I was so embarrassed of how everything went down. But at the same time, I would still check my phone to see if there was a missed call or a text from this person telling me that this was a joke and that they want to take everything that they said back. My brain needed him to say that this wasn't real just for me to cope. But it never came. And I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. That reality of that relationship is dead and is gone. I want you to think of it like a rope with thorns, and they've decided to walk away. But you're so stuck on having this idea of a relationship that you don't want to let go. When this person walks away, they drag you along with them. And this is simply because of your decision to hold on. We're going to break down the steps that you need to take to heal and to come out of this situation strong and whole. So step number 1 is going to be acknowledging what actually happened. Have you actually sat and really thought about what happened to you? Or have you been trying to keep yourself busy just so that you can get through the day? Your brain is still protecting you. It hasn't fully processed the loss because the loss is too big of an event for you to really take it. I don't want you to think of this as a form of weakness. It's your mind trying to survive something that it wasn't prepared for. And I know that this is hard, but I don't want you to pretend that this is something that you're okay with. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be let down. Stop letting yourself pretend. Acknowledge what happened, the events that took place, not the version that you want to tell your friends, and not the version that you want to tell yourself to make yourself feel better. Acknowledge it for what it was and how exactly it made you feel as well. So step number 2 is going to sound a bit harsh, but you're going to have to block them everywhere. Contrary to popular belief, this is actually a really mature tool for emotional healing. And this is because it allows you to gain peace and establish your boundaries for you to start your healing journey. It stops the reminders of what this person is doing up on social media. Over time, you'll find that your urge to message this person or to see what they're doing will minimize. It also stops you from being impulsive when you're trying to text this person because they're blocked. So they won't get it. You need this person out of your system to recover. It's almost like a person who was addicted to drugs and is now on rehab. You will have withdrawal, and I'm telling you, that's a real thing. You're gonna have to cut all forms of access to them so that you can fully start to recover from said person. And I don't want you to commit to that until you're fully ready, because otherwise it's a back and forth thing, but that is a necessary step. I'm not gonna lie to you, sis. Number 3 would be to journal daily. When I decided I was tired of pretending like this didn't hurt, I decided to start journaling because I didn't really know how to express my thoughts or really express how I was feeling. I knew I needed help with this because how do you go from not talking about it for about 6 months to trying to figure out how you feel about this whole situation? So what I decided to do was Google journal prompts to help me start to articulate and put down onto paper. Journaling is not a magic fix. This is not going to help you make you feel better, but it will help declutter your mind and put things into perspective. Okay, I'm gonna tell you an embarrassing story, but I feel like this is really gonna help someone. I didn't really know how to identify my feelings because, like I said, I've never really done this before. So I Googled the emotions chart and I decided to use that to note down what I was feeling. And so sometimes I'd wake up in a bad mood, but I didn't actually really know how I was feeling until I started identifying them on the emotions chart. I feel like that paired together with journaling was really a game changer for me. I don't think you're gonna like the next one, but step number 4 is to let go of this idea of closure. What do you feel like closure will give you that you can't give yourself? Seriously. When I tell you, I wanted that closure conversation so badly because I felt like if he explains why he did what he did, I can understand it and it will help me move on. I was waiting for him to say the right things just to soothe my mind, just to make me feel like he still wanted me, he still cared about me. But the reality is, no answer he would have given me would have been enough because it really wasn't about him anymore. It was about me.
Closure is usually just a fantasy of control wrapped in healing language. And what we really want is just a better ending than the one we got. But you don't need closure. You need to stop hoping for a softer ending. That person's not coming back more healed. They're not going to say the words right this time. They're not going to feel what you needed them to feel when they hurt you. And even if they do, it won't undo the version of you that shattered waiting for it. Closure is often just grief bargaining for a better story. You want the ending to match the love you gave. And then that's okay. And that's okay. You want the rupture to feel fair. But life doesn't always write justice into the script. Sometimes the apology never comes. Sometimes they never understand. Sometimes it ends in silence. And sometimes it ends in a version of them you never imagined they become. And that's not closure, right? That's collapse. And if you wait for closure, what you're really doing is stalling your healing until the story flatters your effort. Right? But healing isn't vanity. It's not poetic. It doesn't come with punctuation marks or full circle moments, right? Right? You don't need closure. You need to accept that the ending hurt because it was real and your life is still allowed to continue even without a final scene that makes sense. You don't heal when they come back. You heal when you stop auditioning for your own worth.
The truth is, closure isn't something that gets handed to you. This is something that you have to build yourself. Your healing comes with accepting that no answer that you'll get will ever fully satisfy the questions that you're searching for. So instead of waiting to have a conversation that won't even really fill a void, if anything, it will still keep you in a loop with this person. Journal it out, take it to therapy, sit with how you're feeling. Because that's where your closure truly lives. It's about building your own narrative instead of what this person will try and feed you. I feel like the next step is really important to start to tie this whole process together, and that would be to forgive yourself. Looking back, I feel like I was super mean to myself and super critical. There was a lot of shame that came with the ending of this relationship, a lot of embarrassment, and instead of really addressing how I felt, I would tell myself, like, get over it, it's not that serious, it's ended now. Like, if you wouldn't allow someone to speak to your best friend like that, why would you treat yourself like that? Forgiving yourself during a breakup is necessary. It's time to stop punishing yourself for what happened and to let go of that shame. Constantly replaying mistakes that happened in the relationship or times where you went wrong and you're telling yourself, I should have done this or I should have done that. This only just keeps your nervous system in a state of stress. And this makes it impossible to really move forward. You need to accept responsibility for the mistakes that you made in that relationship, because we are about accountability here. Treat yourself with the same kindness that you would offer your best friend who made a mistake. How can you take care of yourself today? What can you do to treat yourself kinder? Step number 6 would be community. And this one is something that I didn't realize how important it was until I came out on the other side. My dearest friend, she's basically my sister. She was checking in on me literally every single day. She would call me and just sit with me on the phone. She would make me talk. I'm not really much of a talker, but she would make me talk, and it was really her that started questioning, why are you not talking about this? Why are you acting like this never happened? Having a community is super important during this time because it's another safe space for you to share your struggles or to have someone validate you and just to make you feel less lonely during this time period. Even one person checking in on you counts as something, so don't neglect your community during this time period. Who do you have in your corner that you can give a call right now? I know that every time I call my girl, she will answer that phone in a heartbeat. I realized that I'll never be the same person I was before this person betrayed me. Heartbreak is super hard and it really forces you into personal change that's not always negative. During this heartbreak period, I want you to really take the time to really rebuild your life and relearn everything you can about yourself. Learn to validate yourself instead of relying on another person to do that for you. Learn the things that you like and that you don't like. Learn your triggers. Learn what makes you happy. Learn what makes you sad. Use this time to really get a better understanding of what your needs are and how you can meet that for yourself. Before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with this last thought. You did not lose the love of your life. You lost a person that you shared really beautiful and special moments with. You will smile again. You will experience love in a different form. You just need a lot of time. I want you to share this video with someone you know who really needs this. Drop down in the comment section how you feel like this video helped you. But I'm gonna love and leave you. I will see you in my next video.